And hello, everyone. My name is Lawrence Gold. I'm the developer of the Balanced Intelligence Framework, and today's little talk is going to be about one of the most popular topics ever discussed by anybody, anyplace, stage fright. Now, what about stage fright? Well, stage fright is a symptom of accumulated stress. Think of the actor in the wings getting ready to go on stage. They've studied their lines, they've rehearsed, but you never know when you get on stage what's going to happen. And even the most famous actors experience intense stage fright before going on stage. It's an accumulated stress condition. Generally, from overstimulation. What do you expect to be on stage and having thousands or hundreds of people paying attention to you all at the same time? A little bit of intensity there, wouldn't you say? So, balanced intelligence framework can disarm that intensity by removing the stress patterns that get triggered by the intensity of the situation. Stage fright has a lot to do with another kind of fright, which I call life fright. Both of them have the effect of making it unnecessarily challenging to show up, be seen, and perform. And that kind of high intensity situation is what keeps people from progressing in their lives whenever they're trying to take a new direction. So what we're doing here in the balanced intelligence framework isn't trying to cultivate what you want to have happen. That's like putting your foot on the accelerator while the other foot is still on the brake. Instead, what we do is disarm the stress patterns. And you can't disarm what you can't see. So the balanced intelligence framework gives you a good look at places in your own mind that you rarely look where stress lurks. What happens when a trigger comes is that the stress patterns that are lurking fly out like bats out of a belfry. A person has a flurry of internal disturbance. We're going to disarm that. We're going to give you first today a test case, an experience of how this kind of process shows you things that are going on in you. And then when you send for your free attendees gift, you'll get the full gold key release for handling stage fright. So let's start for a moment here. I'm going to set you up for doing the process itself. The balanced intelligence processes consist of mind prompts. A prompt is something that gives you a little bit of a nudge to be a certain way. The mind prompts in these processes nudge you to look at places in yourself that you ordinarily don't look. In the case of the exercise that I'm going to take you through, it's going to be a taste of the 4 powers of intelligence. Those 4 powers of intelligence are something everybody has and everybody uses, but not necessarily really well. People typically have imbalances among them. Let me be more concrete about this. Those 4 powers of intelligence are attention, intention, memory, and imagination. You can imagine how all 4 of those show up in the actor's craft. Attention, for sure. They got to be paying attention to what's going on the stage and sensitive to the audience and how they're receiving it. Intention, well, the performance is what's driving or being driven by the intention. Memory, obviously, remembering lines, and imagination, imbuing those lines with creative force so that they communicate not just words, but the underlying character. You see how those 4 show up for an actor. Well, they show up similarly for anybody doing any kind of situation where they have to show up, be seen, and perform. So we're going to highlight those 4 so you can get a good look at them, and we're going to link them to stage fright. When you hear a mind prompt, you may notice that it causes a response in you of some sort, something internal, a memory, a feeling, a thought, or some kind of other internal experience. If one surfaces, and not every step will surface them, get a good look at it. Steady your attention on it. When your tension gets a little steadier, relax the effort of holding attention on it. Let it all go. Notice anything else in yourself that you can relax, and simply let it relax. And this happens in seconds, all of this. Be ready for the next prompt. When that comes, same thing. Notice what comes up, if anything. Steady your attention on it. Relax your attention on it. And relax anything else you can. Notice, steady attention, relax attention, relax, and be ready for the next prompt. There's no way you can get this wrong. Whatever comes up is appropriate. There's nothing to remember. You can't get it wrong. There's nothing to remember. Don't bother trying to dig for deeper meaning or evaluate for correctness, because it's more work than it needs to be. Just let the prompt surface what's there and then progressively relax as I've indicated. Here we go. Ready? Stage fright. Attending. Stage fright. Attending. Stage fright. Stage fright. Stage fright. Attending. Stage fright. Attending. Stage fright. Stage fright. Stage fright. Remembering. Stage fright. Remembering. Stage fright. Stage fright. Stage fright. Remembering. Stage fright. Remembering. Stage fright. Stage fright. Stage fright. Intending. Stage fright. Intending. Stage fright. Stage fright. Stage fright. Intending. Stage fright. Intending. Stage fright. Stage fright. Stage fright. Imagining. Stage fright. Imagining. Stage fright. Stage fright. Stage fright. Imagining. Stage fright. Imagining. Stage fright. Stage fright. The Balanced Intelligence Preparation Exercise. You may have noticed that some of those were easier for you to get a sense of than others. The ones that were more difficult to get a sense of might have been intention, for example, indicate a place where that power of intelligence is not equal in intensity to the others. It's not as available as the others. It's a hitch point. It's a catch point. It slows the whole thing down because those four work together, just as in an actor's craft. If any one of them is overly intense, or if it's poorly formed or hard to get a sense of, hard to understand, those are the ones that are slowing the whole process down. And the feeling of the slowdown is the feeling of stress. In the theatrical setting, it's the stress of being on stage, which we call stage fright. But it applies to all areas of life where we're stepping out, being seen, and performing. Work, relationships, money, work, all the areas of life that are important to us are subject to the balance of those four powers of intelligence. Now, by repeating the little sequence that I gave you, and you can get it just from the recording, those powers of intelligence begin to equalize with each other. They become more equally equal. And when that happens, instantly, stress dissipates. Now, this is an abbreviated sequence of mind prompts that give you a sense of the four powers of intelligence and how they fit together, in this case, in stage fright. And stage fright is where they're out of balance with each other. When you send for your free attendees gift, you'll get the Gold Key Release Pattern Relief Reset for handling stage fright. You'll also get the Balanced Intelligence preparation exercise. Do the preparation exercise first, and then do the Gold Key Release version for handling stage fright. So I want to say one more thing about what happens when the four powers of intelligence are balanced in us. And that is, and I said it earlier, but I'm going to highlight it now, is that stress fades out right away. As soon as balance is achieved, the grip of stress relaxes, which also means that the grip of stage fright also relaxes. Now, a little aside here. If you're not experiencing stage fright at the moment, which is probably how it is because you're just listening, but you're familiar with the sensation. It's something that you come up against, say, when giving a presentation or meeting somebody new and making your initial introductions and maybe concerned with how they are perceiving you the first time, your first impression. That's easier to clear up the stage fright than just trying to do it as an abstraction using the words. If you use stage fright and you have a feeling for it, you recognize it either already or from hearing the prompts, what will happen is a sudden internal relaxation. It may be accompanied by a sigh of relief or the impulse to wriggle and make yourself more comfortable because something has let go. It could be a memory that flashes forward and you realize it doesn't have the force in you, the grip that it had before. So give yourself enough chance with the Balanced Intelligence preparation exercise and the Gold Key Release exercise for them to show you their potency. A good outcome for the Gold Key Release is you have trouble remembering what the issue was. You have to make an extra effort to find it. Or if you still can come up with the words that remind you of what the issue was, they have the density of smoke. They no longer have a grip on you. There are ways of applying these processes to a host of different topics. And when you send for your download of these Balanced Intelligence processes, you'll also have the opportunity to attend a 3-hour workshop in which we go into the topic in depth. It's been my pleasure to bring this to you. Be well and eat your vegetables.